Boy, do we have a lot to talk about today, but we're jumping straight into it. I don't care about nothing else. As I sit here right now, we sit here and fix the lights right now, the Denver Nuggets just lost 98-90. The game literally just, the final buzzer just sounded. Jokic and Anthony Edwards were talking stuff. Jaden McDaniels just tried to do like a dunk, like a dribble off the floor, dunk, one-handed dunk with like 10 seconds left because there was no time left on the shot clock and they were up by so much and it got blocked and everything like that. But it would have been so disrespectful if he did it, especially in Denver. Bro, the defending champions just lost in the second round to the Minnesota Timberwolves. A team that we all thought just pulled off one of the dumbest trades of all time a few years ago when they got when they got Rudy Gobert. Not a few years ago, last offseason. This would be like a year and a half ago. We all were thinking, this is the dumbest trade of all time. Well, guess what? They're going to the conference finals, more than likely the finals. Now, they got to get through Luka. They have to get through Luka. But if you ask me, I think they're going to the finals because they have so many bodies they can throw at Luka and Kyrie. This is insane, bro. They just beat the Denver Nuggets in a Game 7 at home, and Anthony Edwards had a stinker in the Game 7. Anthony Edwards in this game. Now, he picked it up in the second half. He picked it up especially in the fourth quarter. He did what big players do. He did what superstars did, and he got it when he needed it, kind of. He didn't have an efficient fourth quarter. He didn't have a great fourth quarter. I'm not saying that by any means. What I'm saying is he picked it up a little bit in the fourth quarter. In this game, he was 6 of 24. Oh, Anthony Edwards. I told my homeboy Sam, we're playing the game. We're on Apex, right? I'm telling him, I said, hey, if Anthony Edwards, if he loses the game and he keeps playing like this, because I think at the time he said that I said it, he was 2 for 12. I said Sam, because he was already 1 for 6 before he was 2 for 12. Then he got the 2 for 12. He was 1 for 11, and then he got the 2 for 12. But I remember, anyways. I told my friend, I said, bro, if they lose this Game 7 right here, with the chance to take out the defending champions after being up 2-0, and Anthony Edwards has a stinker in this game, and he had a stinker in game, I think it was Game 5. I think it was Game 5 or Game 6. No, it couldn't have been Game 6, so it has to be Game 5. In Game 5, I think he had a stinker. I said those Kobe Jordan comparisons would have been gone. I didn't say his career would have been gone. I didn't say anything about his legacy being tarnished. That's not what I said. I said those Kobe, MJ, D Wade comparisons would have been gone because they never would have performed like that in the Game 7. He did go 6 of 24. He did go 2 of 10 from 3. Does 16.7 assists, 8 rebounds looks decent. But it's not at all good enough for your best player. I don't give a damn. They just won a Game 7 in Denver while Anthony Edwards had a stinker. Mike Conley had a stinker, 3 of 10. Karl Anthony Towns, he was like 5 of 6 to start. He had a very solid start. He ended the game 8 of 14 and only 1 of 6 from 3, 23 points, 12 boards. He played well, but didn't play great. Rudy Gobert, 3 of 7, 9 rebounds, 6 fouls. You fouled out, but 13 points. Rudy Gobert, the stats don't say it. You had a very, very solid game. The stats don't show it, but watching this game, and I felt the same way throughout this series, really. I felt that he's had a very, very solid series throughout this series, if I'm being honest with you, right? But the thing with it is, Jokic cooks him, but Jokic cooks the whole team. It's like Jokic cooks everyone in the world, but Jokic cooks him, so no one looks at him having good ones. They look at him getting 44 dropped on his head when Jokic went like 8 of 9 or 9 of 9 when Gobert was guarding him in that game. That's what they look at. In this game, I think he had a very solid game. Jaden McDaniels, I believe, for the 3rd game in a row. You went out there today in this elimination game. You played 40 minutes and guarded some of the best players on the planet tonight. 7 of 10, 3 of 4 from 3, 6 rebounds, 23 points. I love to see this for you, Jaden McDaniels. I've never been a big fan of yours or anything. I've never been a hater of yours, never been a fan of yours. I've always been a guy that's like, I like Jaden McDaniels' game. I think he's a very good defender. I think he's very, very talented. I think he's a very solid young player. Tonight right here, this made me a fan of you. The last 3 games, you have made me officially not just like a neutral guy with your game, a fan of your game. Jaden McDaniels, they do not win this game without Jaden McDaniels, they do not win this game without you. Nas Reed off the bench in that fourth quarter, that putback dunk that you had, followed by a few possessions later, the putback dunk that Cat had. Now, Anthony Edwards missed some shots in those possessions. Missed a lot of the shots on those possessions. But anyways, those 2 putback dunks right there were huge. Rudy Gobert, some of the offensive boards that you got in the fourth quarter. You didn't even have a great rebounding game, but some of those offensive boards that you got in the fourth quarter, big rebounds. Congratulations to you. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, you went 0 for 6. You went 0 for 5 for 3. You scored 0 points. You did not do a damn thing. You had 1 assist. You didn't even really defend well. But I don't give a damn because y'all just beat the defending champions in their house when everyone had them as if not the favorite, then if not the favorite to win the championship, then at least the favorite to come out of the West all year. You just beat them in a Game 7 at home and went at their house. and your star player had a stinker. I have nothing bad to say about the Timberwolves right now. We'll talk about their matchup versus Dallas and everything like that, right? Like, we'll talk about all of that. I'm sure, I promise you, we will talk about all of that. But not right now, we won't. Because right now, this is talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves and giving them all of the congratulations I can possibly give them. Aaron Gordon, not the type of game you want him to have, especially considering some of the great games he had in this series, earlier in the series, but you cannot be mad at him because without his great games earlier in the series, in Game 3 and Game 4, and I believe even Game 5 as well, you would have lost this series. So, can't be mad at him. Michael Porter Jr., terrible series. 3 of 12, 1 of 6 from 3, 9 rebounds, 7 points. You had a bad series the whole series. I don't think you had one good offensive game. You maybe had one, but I don't think you even had one. Nikola Jokic, 13 of 28, 2 of 10 of 3, 34 points, 19 rebounds. Very good game. Very inefficient from deep. He was 0 of 8 of 3 at one point. No, I think he hit both of his, I think he hit back-to-back threes. They weren't on back-to-back possessions, but he hit two of 2 3 attempts in the fourth quarter. That made me a little worried because I was like, oh, if Jokic is going to start hitting up now, like he hasn't made one all game, and now he just made 2 on back-to-back attempts, like, but they just made it tough for them from 3 all game. They literally shot 24.2% from 3 as a team. They shot 8 of 33. Like, Tavius Caldwell-Pope was shooting fadeaway threes. Jamal Murray was shooting fadeaway threes. The Timberwolves were making it hard for them to get off good looks, and when they were just sometimes missing it because Jamal Murray was 4 of 12 from 3. Now, he dropped 34 points and had 13 of 27 for shooting. This was one of his best games this series, but he could not hit the 3. Same with Jokic. He was 13 of 28, 34 of 19. I just told you he had a very good game, but he couldn't hit the 3. That's really what it was. It was that 3-point difference, and it was that rebound difference that ended up being 3 rebounds. Well, in an 8-point game, those 3 rebounds are pretty big. That's all I'm going to say. We have another game to talk about, though. A Game 7 that was won. Neither one of these Game 7s did I predict correctly, like, to start the series out, because I picked the Nuggets and the Knicks. They both just lost. I said yesterday I was looking like it was going to be I was 2 of 2 I was 3 of 3, I believe, in the postseason because I had the Celtics, I had the Mavs, I had the Celtics, the Mavs. Who else is in the post? Who else is in the conference finals? Maybe it was just 2 of 2. I was just 2 of 2 because I had the Celtics and the Mavs in the conference finals, right? I said, let's see if I can go 4 for 4 because I picked the Knicks and the Nuggets. I just went 0 of 2 today. Because the Pacers went out here. Jalen Brunson, prayers up to you, bro. I hope you get well soon. It's a terrible ending to the Knicks season with you going out with a fractured hand. It is the worst possible ending to an already injury-riddled season for the Knicks. I hate that for New York. I hate that for the city. I hate that for the fans. I hate that for the game. I hate that, period. Tyrese Halliburton, you had a very good game. 10 of 17, 6 of 12 from 3, 26 points. But before I go into even more stats, let me remind you of this. There was a point in this game, I think it was at halftime, they were at 76, the Pacers were. They were at like 76, 78, 80, something like that, % from the field at halftime. This game was closer for the majority of the game than it should have been because the Pacers were shooting the piss out of the ball. Them boys could not miss. The rim looked as big as the ocean to them. It looked like Steph Curry when Steph Curry's hot. That's what it looked like for the whole Pacers team tonight. Them boys were not missing shots. They ended the game shooting 67% from the floor and 54% from the 3. As a team, they ended the game like that. Well, New York, you're a team that prides yourself on defense. When you've got all these injuries, you've got guys trying to play through injuries. OG Anunoby should not have played tonight. He was out there walking like he had to doo-doo. He was out there walking like he had doo-doo in his pants. He was out there walking like my little brother walks when he's he was out there walking like my little brother walks when he's pooped in his diaper, bro. Like, it's bad. It was really, really bad the way he looked out there tonight. They had hobbled players. They had tired players. They had injured players. They simply did not have enough to get past the Pacers tonight, and the defense wasn't playing well. But when your defense isn't playing well, you're injury-riddled, and you're tired, it's GG's because the Pacers on that offense, the reason this game was closed for a while was because the Knicks couldn't guard the Pacers, but the Pacers also couldn't guard the Knicks. This is why I said Boston would like to see Indiana because the style of play that Indiana plays means they play no defense. Well, Boston can exploit that with any of their like top 7, 8 guys, they can exploit that. So that's what I was saying. I was like, this is worrying for the Pacers, but I think the Pacers are going to win this game. Then Jalen Brunson goes out with that hand injury. It's just tough. Very good game for the Pacers. Very good game for TJ McConnell. Very good game for Tyrese Halliburton. Very good game for Pascal Siakam. Very good game for all of these guys. That was a great game for the Pacers. Congratulations to Indiana. I honestly, if you would have told me before this season that Indiana would have ended up in the conference finals, I would have told you that you was lying to me. If you would have told me the Timberwolves would have made it, I would have believed that well before I would have ever believed that the Pacers would have made the conference finals this year. I mean, the East was open, but and then to beat the Bucks and the Knicks right after, 2 of the teams that were regarded as 2 of the top 3 teams in the East for most of the year. Tyrese Halliburton conference finals before Joel Embiid conference finals. That's all I'm gonna say.